Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Unfair Variable here, and today we are going to be preparing for the Life and Death expansion pack that's coming out in a couple days. I am so excited for this pack, you guys. It's very much right up my alley. Much like Little Simsy, I collect a lot of graves in the game. I've had the Happy Haunts graveyard mod installed forever, and like any expansion pack that allows me to delete a script mod and allows my loading screen times to shorten just a little bit, I'm super excited for. But seriously, mad props to the creator of that mod for allowing me to build my cemeteries for all these years that we didn't have access to this sort of gameplay in The Sims 4. And let's get into a little bit about the family we are designing today. So today we're really only going to be focusing on the cast for Raven, who is the very first sim in this lineup. And that's because I kind of want to work on one sim every day until the pack comes out on Halloween. And I wanted this family to really kind of like fit the vibes of the pack. So we have one member of every occult type in this family, or at least every occult type that you can set in CAS. So I'm not including like plant sims in this, just for ease of use. But I am super excited. So let's get into it. The first sim in the lineup that we had was Raven, followed by Summer, her sister, and then Celeste, who is their mother. And I'm currently working on Harold, who is Celeste's dead husband. As you can see, I am trying to choose here what I want his death type to be, and I do end up choosing Death by Killer Chicken for him, though I almost chose Death by Urban Myth because I feel like Death by Urban Myth would have also like really fit the vibes for this, but I thought Death by Killer Chicken would be a bit funnier, and I'll go into why a little bit later. But besides that, we also have a younger sibling named Rain, who will be the Mer person occult. And Raven, she is going to be the spellcaster of the group. Summer is going to be our resident vampire. Celeste is our alien, which I debated which one to make Celeste, but I went with alien. And Harold, I actually decided to make him a werewolf besides also being a ghost, because I thought the concept of a werewolf that was killed by a killer chicken would be like super funny. I just picture them like raging one day and trying to eat one of the chickens, and the chicken just completely winning that fight. And I also decided to make a family cat because cats, they always fit the spooky season. So I thought that it would be the most appropriate pet for them to have while we wait for the crows to come out. And I debated making the cat a kitten, but I was like, no, an actual adult cat kind of fits the vibes a bit more. And I kind of debated on what I want the name of the cat to be, but I did end up going with Predator, which I am actually super happy with. And Predator is the other sim we're going to be working on today besides Raven, because it doesn't take that long for me personally to customize a cat. But we are going to be setting all the Sims personalities today. It's just going to be the cast that we are mainly focusing on Raven for. Obviously, I decided to make Rain's pronouns they, them. I just feel like they, them pronouns really fit well with, like, mer people. They do with aliens too, but I just, Celeste is giving grandma vibes, even though she's technically the mom of the family. I wanted her to be a she, her. So for aspirations for Raven, I wanted hers to be something like spellcaster themed. So you can see I'm like trying to find the spellcaster aspiration because I genuinely don't know what section it's under. So it did take me a minute, but I did find it eventually. I really want to deep dive into the occults. And Raven, she is going to be a very dark, very gloomy sim. I decided to make her paranoid because until we have the new traits with the new expansion pack, I did want to go ahead and preset some traits for these sims to have. I want her to be non-committal because I did just get Love Struck, so I do kind of want to play with that a little bit too. So I decided to make her non-committal. I feel like she's not into the whole romance thing. And I had a bit more trouble trying to decide what I want her last trait to be. I kind of debated her being gloomy. I got rid of the paranoid trait, but then I was like, well, I actually do want that one because I want her to be someone who's just on edge pretty much all the time. But I made her practice makes perfect sim because I do try to add like at least one positive trait to all of my sims. And as for preferences, I did random roll it for all of the sims here today, though I did make sure that she liked black, because she is going to be wearing an abundance of black. And as for Summer's aspiration, she wants a vampire family. She is a cheerful sim. I want her to be a very happy person, a very positive person, kind of the opposite of Raven, honestly. I decided to make her a bookworm because I feel like it just kind of fits her vibes. Like her vibes that she already has, like as a default sim, are kind of really similar to what I was going to set for her anyways, and I decided to make her loyal. And then we have Celeste. Since she is an alien, I decided I wanted her to have the neighborhood confidant aspiration because I feel like playing with an alien, it's really fun. They really want to try to like blend in with the fellow humans. At least that's her vibe. She doesn't want to like stick out a whole lot. I made her generous. And I decided to make her an art lover. I'm not sure why. I feel like as an alien, she just has like an affinity for art. And I made her a love bug because I want her to be a very like soft-hearted person. Not like super sweet kind of like Summer, but just like more helpful and like that sort of vibe. And of course, random rolling the traits again. You may see me random roll them a couple times, and that's because if I see too many negative traits where they like dislike something, I'm more likely to re-roll it so they have more positive ones. That way they get less negative moodlets. And I thought about giving him the werewolf aspiration, but that I also kind of debated not doing it because I feel like that's just such a basic aspiration, and he is supposed to focus on being a ghost, but I decided to make him erratic and childish. I wanted to make him really playful, but he's also a good sim. And here we go again, random rolling the preferences. And I decided, oh yeah, there's like other details I can set. But I actually didn't decide to set any. I don't know why I even bothered pulling those up in the first place. And then we have Rain. And I really wanted Rain to have something to do with the motor skill. I didn't know if I wanted it to be just the motor skill aspiration or if I wanted it to be one of the combined aspirations. But I actually ended up going for Slumber Party Animal, and that's because I've never used that aspiration. So I thought it'd be kind of cool, and I just made them a child of the islands because they're a mermaid. So that's what I decided to do. And then we have Predator. I didn't like that Predator was so great. I definitely wanted a more spooky-ish looking cat, though I guess you could say he looks kind of ghostly as a Russian blue. So I thought about adding black cats, but then I was like, it's a little bit too basic. honestly. So I decided to not go for any of the black cats, and then I saw this one, and I've never seen Likoi. I don't even know how to pronounce what breed of cat this is, but I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, this is perfect. This is Predator. You know what I mean? Like, this is the cat for this family. And he already had the Prowler trait, which I thought was perfect. I decided to make him affectionate because I did want him to be sweet, but I also wanted him to be territorial because his name is Predator. But I wanted him to love his family, you know? He loves his family, but he's not too fond of strangers, and he is quite the hunter. And finally, here we are actually getting into the last tidbit of editing before we start customizing Raven herself, and that is setting the household relationships and family dynamics. So obviously I'm setting them as brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, and setting all the different family dynamics. I wanted her and her sister Summer to be kind of distant. They aren't super close. Her and Rain are jokesters. And then for Summer, her and her mother are close. Her and her dad are difficult. And her and her brother are close. Yeah, I was gonna put distant, but I was like, no, one of the siblings needs to actually, like, their little sibling. So obviously I made Harold the partner of Celeste, made Rain their son, made their family dynamic permissive, or supportive. Did I go with supportive or permissive? I went with supportive. And then with Harold, I wanted him to have kind of like a stricter family dynamic with the son, because I just feel like that's just how it was gonna go. And I keep using gendered pronouns, and I'm so sorry. I will probably keep doing that while I'm in cast, but when I'm actually in gameplay, I'm much better at this. But a lot of the household family dynamics are still pretty gendered in cast, so it makes me kind of confused. But Rain's pronouns are they, them. They are non-binary. And now we finally get started on Raven, and I did actually really like the short hair for Raven, and I actually liked the fact that she had a beanie on from the start. I want her to have very dark, very gothic look, but I still wanted you to be able to look at her and be like, yeah, that's a spellcaster. I did want to, like, significantly change her face shape a little bit, because usually that's something that I don't actually mess with. I am kind of a victim of just taking the default Sims, customizing their base features, and then not caring. I'm definitely one of those people who all my Sims look the same. So part of me doing this video is me trying to make Sims that are all, like, very different and distinct looking. Even though they are all going to be family, they're all different occults. So I'm sure there might have been some adoption going on. And for her, I wanted her to be very, like, red and black themed, but I'm going to shut up now and just let you enjoy the sped up cast of me designing Raven, and I'll be back once I am done. All right, everyone. I am back because we are almost done with Raven here. I'm sure by now you can kind of tell the vibes I'm going for this sim. She is heavily tatted, she's scarred, she has that crying mascara from Love Struck that I literally never thought I'd use on a sim, but it seems to work so perfectly for her. Uh, I am so proud of this sim, honestly. I can't wait to play with her. I can't wait to come up with like her backstory and stuff like that. I haven't done that yet, but hopefully I will soon. Because obviously you guys are going to see me playing with Life and Death with these sims once I get the pack as soon as it comes out. But yeah, as always, I am Unfair Variable here on YouTube and everywhere else. We're finishing up her hot weather outfit. I wanted all of her outfits to really kind of show, like, how unique of a person she is, how much she just does not care what anyone else thinks of her. She is not a people pleaser by any means. The only person she ever considers or worries about pleasing is herself, which is very different from who we're going to be working on tomorrow, which is her sister, Summer. So make sure you come back to my channel, like, comment, and subscribe to see Summer and the rest of the family get done. And I can't wait to play Life and Death with you guys. Thanks for watching.